Did you realize it is International Data Privacy Day? And at the same time as International Data Privacy Day here in the state of Iowa, Rebecca Herold.
Yes.
It is Iowa.
It is officially Iowa Data Privacy Day as well. So this is the official proclamation.
Signed by Terry, and we saw that at the bottom of the document
the
there.
Council of Europe initiated this day back in 2007, correct?
Well, they were doing something similar.
Okay.
And then the U.S. and Canada came along in 2008 and established it, and now it's gone worldwide.
Worldwide.
And this is the 7th year that this has been Iowa Data Privacy Day, officially proclaimed.
So what does that mean to everybody? Why is it just so much attention drawn to this day?
Well, there's a lot of attention because right now there is so much data being collected from many different devices than there ever were before. So think about all of that personal data that is being collected. And so this year I wanted to concentrate on health data because there's so much health data being collected in these smart devices. I mean, you know, you like your sock collection. They have smart socks. So it's called
Smart
Sensoria.
socks.
There are Sensoria socks that you can buy. They sell them 2 pairs for $200. And you can put them on and it will track how far you've walked, how quickly you walked, your location. There are also other smart socks that will analyze your sweat and tell you certain things about, you know, anything that there might be of concern.
Are you serious?
Yes, there's smart bras. So these bras actually have sensors that can detect if there might be breast cancer starting to come up. For cars, you know, you drive cars. Well, different health insurance companies have gotten patents now to attach sensors inside the car, and they will actually analyze and give a total impairment score based upon data that's being collected through the steering wheel and other sensors. They haven't implemented this yet, but they've got the patents.
Yeah, there's a commercial out there where an insurance company has this device you plug into your car too that will record the data.
So this even goes further by actually taking your health data directly from you.
Oh my goodness.
From there and from other sensors.
Holy cow.
So I created an infographic to show many different things, and I have this available on my website. So I know you can't see it very well here, but if you download it, and I'm giving this away for everybody because I wanted to show how many ways health data is being collected not only in medical devices that are prescribed through your hospitals and clinics, but also through these wearables that you're purchasing directly from.
The iFit bands and things like that?
Yes, and other types of trackers. There's over 500 million of these different health trackers and fitness trackers and other things, the smart socks and clothing that have been sold worldwide. And there's basically no security. Now, let's consider the medical devices used in hospitals and clinics. There's been a lot of research done, and you know it's really scary when you start looking at the lack of security in these things. And when you think about it, it's not only a privacy issue, because the way these medical devices are configured, they're configured to have Wi-Fi connection to other parts of your network in a hospital. Well, think about it. Once your implanted device, your insulin pump, your pacemaker, your glucose meter is attached to the network, basically then the data becomes available to others.
You're hooked up,
Yeah, so one security researcher actually had a glucose meter and insulin pump that was implanted in him, and he wanted to increase the dosage because, you know, he felt like he needed it. So he was able to hack through and increase the dosage in the insulin pump. Also, that data could be accessible if it's not got appropriate security on them. And this is a concern not only for security and privacy, but it truly is a patient safety issue.
You could kill somebody.
You could kill somebody. Yeah. And you know, I've talked with so many different medical device manufacturers over the years, and they just simply refuse to do more than legally required, and right now there's not a lot of laws.
What's the big hang-up?
They feel that it's unnecessary time and expense.
Money, yeah.
And they also think, and I hear this argument a lot, well, who's going to to target, an individual. People aren't interested in that.
Yeah.
Well, that's so far from the truth.
You're leaving the door open.
And also, it's part of the network now. So there were actually some cases where medical devices were used to actually allow hackers to get in and send out through the medical devices spam. So, when you reroute your spam, you can hide your IP addresses. And these implants, here's another one. Another researcher purchased off of eBay for $200 a device that works with pacemakers. He found the patient data of 50 people still on that device. Wow. Another security researcher who also had a pacemaker, a lot of times it's people who are getting these themselves, a security researcher, she just wrote about it. Another woman purchased a device off of eBay for a similar amount, and it had all the patient data. So that's another problem with these medical devices. They are not deleting or removing the data, and a lot of times the manufacturers don't build in ways to do that. I've talked with so many security officers at hospitals and clinics, and they're frustrated. They're like telling the medical device manufacturers, you need to give us more security and privacy controls. So in the lack of those, they're actually having to build firewalls internally on their network to keep the rest of the network from being exposed from these other devices that have hard-coded passwords or no passwords. They don't encrypt the data.
Wow.
There's so much.
So medical devices, you need to be careful. Also want to mention one other thing real quick.
A lot of people say, well, how can they find us? Well, there's a search engine for that. So basically, there's a search engine called Shodan, and it's a search engine for the Internet of Things or different types of smart devices. You can go online and basically use Shodan, and it's shodan.io if you're looking it up right now, Jason.
Well, my computer seems to have been targeted by hackers.
But anyway, you can use this. It's advertised as, we'll keep track of all of your medical devices from anywhere in the world and see who's using your medical devices and how they're using your devices. Not just medical devices, any type of smart devices.
So it's marketed as a way for you to keep an eye on your stuff.
Okay. It's marketed as that, but
in reality,
you can also use it to look at anyone else who has unsecured fitness devices or medical devices. In fact, they actually have a membership. You can pay a monthly membership, and through this membership, you can go out through a certain area of Shodan and actually view the webcams that are in people's homes that are unsecured, that didn't put a password on them, or they still use the default password. So for Data Privacy Day, I want people to be aware of all of these different issues whenever they're buying a really cool gadget. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the potential to improve lives through these gadgets is great. I mean, to improve health with medical devices, I'm all for that. But at the same time, you have to address the security and privacy issues that are created through those devices, and they aren't doing that yet.
Who would have thunk
it? So everybody can download my infographic, and I have lots of information on there. You're going to have to expand it on your screen to see it all.
Take a look at it.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's where you can find more information for the Privacy Professor. Pretty easy to remember this one, privacyprofessor.org. And then, of course, this one.
Yes, this is my new service. So this is what I'm trying to help businesses, from the one-person business up to the largest one, to improve the security and privacy controls and practices within their organization. So I've worked 2 years to build the content, and I'm still building more features. So I want to help people secure their information.
So take advantage of that. But again, folks, it is International Data Privacy Day, and more importantly, it is Iowa Data Privacy Day as well. We'll be right back. This is Great Day on KCWI.